Next up, dual blades. If you watch Uno Hunter's Alatreon video, you might notice some similarities, as I kinda learned dual blades from watching that video. So, let's observe closely.
So non-elemental weapons won't be of much use, huh? Hunters, you got that?
On Thunder Rain, you want to start Demon Flurry when the arms begin to come down. You should be able to hit every part of Demon Flurry if you time it right, and get away in the nick of time. Be flexible in using Evade Shot as movement or positioning. Ice Breath is a good opening to Demon Flurry. Do note, it is perfectly fine to miss the first part of Demon Flurry. The reason is, you are timing Demon Flurry late. Any later, and you'll definitely get hit by Alatreon. I'm not really sure what I was doing here, but just play in demon mode and try to do 2-fold into 4-fold. Never commit to 6-fold unless you are confident you can hit it safely. On Topple, do 6-fold into Demon Flurry. Then, if you have enough stamina, dodge forward and go into Demon Flurry again. You should be able to fit all of this. When Alatreon is flying, I highly recommend that you take this time to sharpen, buff, heal up, or do any sort of preparation. The 2 swipes is a great opening to flinch shot. When Alatreon is going to element switch blast, if you are positioned in front, you are safe to do a 6-fold. I know you can also go for a Demon Flurry, but you see in this fight, Demon Flurry does not get all of its hits off, so I recommend 6-fold. Plus it's easier, since you don't gotta time it. When Alatreon does Electric Wall, you want to position to where his nose is at, so you can hit all of Demon Flurry without hitting any bad values, such as the chest. You can Clutch Claw to avoid downward Ice Breath. This was way too greedy of me.
But I mean, I got lucky, so like, yeah.
If you are close when Alatreon does the sweeping fire beam, you can hit a Demon Flurry. If not, Sixfold is your other option. The positioning on the nose is farther back than you think. If you were paying attention, you know I was being weird 20 seconds ago. And that's because I was setting up the KO from Thorn Pods. You can do it as well as it leads to a topple. Just make sure to shoot the Thorn Pods on the head. On Clagger, if it is already tenderized, or you don't really care, you can immediately hop off and fit a Demon Flurry. On 3 fire rings, you cannot fit a Demon Flurry.
Need to suppress Alatreon's power using elemental weapons.
Get your ass on, boy. Get your goddamn ugly ass.
If you want to hit all good values, you need to face his chin. And here's the build. You don't have to follow 100%, but I hope it was helpful. If you have seen my streams before, you know that this weapon is probably the most boring to watch, but I'll give it to you. The game plan is to just slap and be a smooth criminal, as well as being really close to Alatreon at all times.
So non-elemental weapons won't be of much use, huh?
The number one thing to watch out for is Ice Breath, because you won't be able to escape quick enough unless you are already at the edge of the Ice Breath. Just grapple, you have no other option. Remember, super back hop is your best friend.
You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Whenever Alatreon is too far, pack it up. If Alatreon does Ice Shot, pack it up. It doesn't matter, you need a way to get close or move, because the next move could potentially be Ice Breath, which is a surefire way to get carded. During Thunder Rain, you can time the Rising Slash when his arms begin to calm down, then do an overhead smash into Wide Sweep. Take this time to get a tender off. When Alatreon is flying, take this time to prepare, sharpen, or buff. On 2 swipes is a good opportunity to flinch shot. On Elemental Topple, do Rising Slash, Overhead Smash, Wide Sweep, Dodge Forward, Rising Slash, Overhead Smash, Wide Sweep, and finally into Wormstake.
This is the only time I've been ready towards. This one must control our elements.
I would not risk it when Alatreon is flying. I should have been dead here. If you are willing to get hit on electric wall, you can worm stake cannon. And here's the build. You don't have to follow 100%, but I hope it was helpful.
I hope I make you proud, Udo. I love you, Udo.
This is the same as dual blades. I also learned from Uno Hunter and yeah.
Complex mechanics. Spin the horn. Just go ahead and spin that horn. Maybe that's why people like it, because like that's all you gotta do. Just spin the horn. Do.
This is my favorite weapon to electric lines bait, because if you bait it correctly, you can fit a spin the horn. To do it properly, you need to pay close attention to the last line, and while you are at a decent distance away, if you notice the line is not hitting Alatreon, you are safe to right swing into
Spin the horn.
For hunting horn, you need to be aggressive and stay close. You can simply achieve this by weaving in right swings. On Thunder Rain, when the arms begin to come down, do a right swing into spin the horn. If you know your spacing, you can also do this as well. On this electric line, you can see I did not properly position myself. On topple, you will do an overhead smash into spin the horn. Then hilt stab into spin the horn, and repeat. When Alatreon does either the water beam or fire beam, is a really tight opening, but you can flinch shot. My traditional method is when Alatreon does the 2 swipes. On Ice Breath, do an overhead smash into a spin the horn. When Alatreon does Element Switch Blast, you can hit an overhead smash safely if you are in front of Alatreon. But if you are willing to take a hit, spin the horn for more damage. When you are far from Alatreon, when he does the Ice Breath, do a forward left swing.
Spin the horn.
It might not be obvious, but you don't have enough time to overhead smash and make the distance.
Weak.
During flying, You can right swing or forward smash to catch Alatreon's head or hands on certain moves. Be sure to take this time to either sharpen or buff. When you spin the horn on any opening that you find and are hit by the next attack, you are timing the right swing or overhead smash late. If you are willing to play with yellow health, you can spin the horn as Alatreon is coming down.
Alatreon's shifting elements.
If your songs run out, you can use the same openings that I have discussed already and play your songs there. Electric Wall is a great opening to overhead smash into Spin the Horn. Do note, if you want to hit both parts of overhead smash, you need to be on Alatreon's right side. On Dragon Blast, you can roll in and quickly right swing into a spin the horn. If you are having trouble getting into position, I highly recommend trying to always stick by Alatreon's hands. Another method is always be rolling towards Alatreon's hands when you are avoiding an attack. I know that by being by the head is better, but for your safety and building your confidence in fighting Alatreon, stay by his hands until you are comfortable enough to iframe most moves. Alright. Here's the build. You don't have to follow 100%, but I hope it was helpful. Summary time.
These are little training chopstick things for idiots
We don't need that.
who don't know that it's so easy to use chopsticks. Any of you at home who are like, it's hard. It's not hard. You're an idiot.
Oh my god, Aaron.
So, that was all the Ice Start Alatreon, the easier of the element starts. What do we know? We know Ice Breath is dangerous on certain weapons and a great opening for all weapons. We know you can capitalize on electric line baiting, and we know every weapon has a great way to do damage during Thunder Rain. We know on Element Switch Blast or Dragon Blast, certain weapons have an opportunity to squeeze some damage. We know Electric Wall is a great opening for all weapons as well, and Heavy Slam is a decent opening if you are positioned well. Obviously, you should be weaving in attacks during other moves, but you should not miss any of these openings as they are easy opportunities to get damage. Another thing I want to mention, although I did it many times, is to not greed hits. I am an evade window abuser, so take that son of a bee and put that in the bee. Just like Uno Hunter's new AT Arcveld video, you are better off with comfort skills. Just like each weapon, I iframe a lot. But you will feel like a boss when you don't greed hits, and just simply move out of the way. El Toro style, you feel me? Also, let's congratulate though.
The hell am I doing? Faster now.